Dr. Diane Duckett, and welcome to another episode of Becoming You. This podcast is to help assist you in becoming a better, successful you in life and in business. I am delighted to share with you today on just that. We know that becoming a better you takes work. In fact, it takes a lot of work that we sometimes really don't want to do on ourselves. Today, I want to talk about it's time to resurrect your dreams and goals. Well, hello everyone. Thank you once again for joining me on another episode of Becoming You. Yes, today I want to talk about it's time to resurrect your dreams and goals. Yes, it's time to wake those dreams up that were buried, that you buried long time ago, maybe last year or during the pandemic. You decided not to even pursue that dream and to even connect goals to help you to pursue that dream. And so what I want to do and talk about today is to help you to understand that in order for you to become you, you must resurrect your dreams and your goals. And so what dreams and goals do you need to resurrect in your life to get moving again? It can be starting that business, going back to school, writing that book, or to never be broke another day in your life. Sometimes we stop moving because we forget about our dreams and our goals to get to where we want to be. And becoming you, your dreams and your goals help you to understand or define who you are. Your dreams and goals say a lot about you and who you are, yes, and what you want to become. But something stopped you from pursuing your dreams and completing those goals that you had for your dreams. It could have been fear of rejection or fear of failure. It could have been personal issues, circumstances, or situations that caused you to stop moving in the direction of becoming and becoming you. No matter what stopped you, you have to begin again. You have to begin again because that dream is waiting for you to bring it back to life. That dream is waiting for you to resurrect that dream so that you can move forward in the things that God has for you. Do not allow whatever stopped you the first time to stop you again. You may be thinking, well, it's too late for that dream to become a reality. It's too late to start all over again to allow that dream to become a reality. But can I tell you, it's never too late for you to begin again. Why? Because that dream you had for yourself was a dream of inspiration, a dream of empowerment, a dream that was going to set the stage for opportunities to open up for you. Doors of opportunity wants to open up for you because of the dream that was given to you. And when you set that dream, on the back burner, or when you buried that dream, forever, never to, digging it up and bringing it back to life again, you stop the opportunities that wanted to come to you because of the dream that you had for yourself. And so you have to be able to get back up, get that shovel and start digging up that dream once again, so that you can begin to work on that dream and connecting goals to help you to fulfill that dream, because opportunities are awaiting you because of the dream that you have. People need that dream to come alive. People need that dream to bring them hope for their future. People need that dream to know that, if this dream could come alive, then the dream that I may have for myself can come alive as well. And so you must be able to resurrect that dream, no matter, how you lost the dream, no matter how you let go of the dream, you got to begin to grab hold of that dream again, and set some goals to that dream so that that dream can be, fulfilled for others to be able to be blessed through the dream that was given you. And so it's not about you, right? It's not about you and what you don't want to do concerning that dream, but it's about those who need to connect to the dream that has been given to you. And so you have no choice. You have no choice but to resurrect that dream and allow it to come alive again so that those who need it can be blessed by it. And so no matter what got you into a place of not wanting to fulfill the dream that you had for yourself, you no longer can allow it to be unfulfilled. Like, you cannot allow that dream to be unfulfilled, but you got to allow that dream to come alive again so those opportunities can open up for you to bless those who need to be blessed by it. And those opportunities those opportunities will help you to the next phase of you becoming and evolving into the person you were created to become. You see, those dreams and those opportunities that are going to be afforded you is going to help get you to the next phase of you evolving, of you becoming, of you getting to the place of becoming you, right? Becoming you, because it's important, and that's why you have to resurrect the dream so that those opportunities can come your way. Can I ask you, imagine right now, if you had moved forward, allowing nothing to stop you. Just think about that. Would you be operating in the dream you had for yourself? Would you be more of you because of the dream manifesting in your life? Now think about you operating in that dream right now. Just think about you operating in that dream right now. And I want you to picture what your life would be like once you have accomplished that dream. What is it that you see yourself when you close your eyes and you picture that dream actually being a reality, right? Where are you at in life? What is that dream helping you to accomplish, helping you to receive, helping you to become? What is that dream doing? And if you can picture it, in your mind, if you can picture that dream being accomplished, that dream becoming a reality, how does that make you feel? Like, what is this picture in your image, in your visual, making you feel? How is it making you feel? Is it making you feel, happy and excited and joyous and unstoppable? Because if this is truly a dream that you want to become a reality, you're going to feel that way when you begin to picture yourself, with that, when you begin to picture yourself fulfilling that dream and you now operating in, what you dreamt about, right? And it has now become a reality. When you picture that in your mind, guess what? It should make you feel happy. Right? It should make you feel excited. It should make you joyous. It should make you feel unstoppable. It should be creating something within you to want to go for what you see and how you feel about what you see. Right? You see, God has given each and every last one of us dreams to help us to understand that there is purpose inside of you. There is purpose inside of all of us, but we must be able to tap into the purpose that God has given us, right? Everybody on this earth has a purpose, but many times many don't tap into, the purpose and destiny and assignment that God has for them because they haven't been awakening. They haven't, awoken themselves up to the purpose that is inside of them. But because God has given you a dream, because God has given you a dream that He wants you to fulfill, guess what? He has awakening you. He awoken you to the fact that there is purpose on the inside of you. And that purpose must be able to come out, must be unleashed so that it could be fulfilled by the promises that God has given you through the dream so that the dream can come to fruition. And it's up to you and I to unleash the purpose within us through the dreams God has given to us. You cannot be afraid to unleash that dream. Now, sometimes I know that, people may be afraid to unleash the dream because they don't know how it's going to, they don't know how it's going to come about. Like, they don't know what the outcome is going to give them, going to be. And so sometimes people will now, I don't want to say refuse, but will, not, try to unleash that dream because the dream may be too much. But you know that if the dream is too much, that means that God has given you a big idea. He has given you something big that he wants you to do, because he know that something big, that big idea is going to touch so many people. And that's why it may, scare you just a little bit to unleash the dream, because of, what God has dropped down into your spirit. And so, because when you refuse to unleash the dream, because see, you got to unleash the dream, right? You got to unleash the dream. And when you refuse to unleash the dream, you put yourself in a place of stagnation. What I mean by stagnation, you put yourself in a place of being stuck, of being unchallenged, of not being fulfilled, of being lost, of being, deserted or whatever, because you put yourself in a stagnated place because you failed to unleash the dream that God has given you. Because understand that dream is unleashing the purpose that is within you. And so when you put yourself in a place of stagnation, guess what happens? You're putting yourself in a place of losing hope. So you have lost hope for, anything and everything that may come your way. And you must bring yourself out of that so that you can move towards that dream, towards the purpose that is within inside of you. And so you may have thought that the dream was dead, right? But God is ready to resurrect the dream once again for you. And so it's time for resurrection. It's time for you to resurrect that dream that you once had, and put some goals to that dream so that your dreams can become a reality, so that it can be fulfilled, so that God, matter of fact, can get the glory, because you stepped out in faith and you obeyed and you allowed nothing to stop you from getting to the place of fulfilling the call, which is the dream, the purpose that is inside of you that God has destined for you. And so what is it that you are trying to resurrect in your life that will help you to move forward and becoming you? Because there are many things, that could be, up for grabs to say, okay, I need this to happen to help me to resurrect, certain things or certain areas in my life. Maybe, you may be saying, well, I need to resurrect my finances because, in order for me to fulfill this dream, I need to have, be financial stable. I need to be able to, put out what I need to put out for this dream. But can I tell you this? If you wholeheartedly go out and just begin to move on fulfilling the dream that God has given you, God is going to send people in your way. God is going to send people your way to help fulfill, to help you to fulfill the dream that he has given you. They're going to help finance that dream. They're going to invest, because, there are investors who will invest in a good dream, right? So that that dream can become a reality. And so you can't just say that, my finances need to be resurrected, because the only way this dream is going to come to reality is that I got to have the finances to be able to put in so that this dream can become a reality. But let me tell you, do not put all of your focus on that, because like I just said, God will send people in your direction, and he will allow them to invest, in your business, not, in your business, because they believe in the dream that God has given you. You may say, well, I need to be more, connected to people, right? I need, the resurrection, to happen, as far as relationships are concerned. But, if you just focus on you, and if you just focus on bettering you, and if you just focus on you with a positive attitude and just moving forward, guess what? Those relationships that you need to have in your space and in your life for this dream to become reality, God will send the right people at the right time. Because know this, you do not want anyone who's going to be negative and who's going to, downplay the dreams, that God has purpose for you, right? You don't want those people, those naysayers, in your space, because what they'll do is they're going to, have you take you off focus. They're going to distract you because whatever they say is going to go into your ear gate, and you're going to be hearing that audio being replayed over and over and over again, and then you're going to start questioning yourself and be like, am I really supposed to do this? Should I do this? Or, this person said this, or this person said that. And that's why you can't have those type of people in your space, but you need people who are going to cheer for you, people who are going to pray for you, people who are going to, invest in you, people who are going to assist you, people who are going to help you see that dream will become a reality. And so no matter what area in your life, whether it be relationship, finances, or whatever, don't let that stop you from, resurrecting the dream that you once had for yourself. As a matter of fact, it's time for you to resurrect that dream again, so that you can begin to move forward in your life, so that it could help you to become you. Now, moving forward is as easy as getting it together and just moving. It's just like getting up off the couch and just walking to the kitchen, moving, just move. It's like just getting in your, grabbing your keys and getting into the car and just going, driving. That's what I mean by, you got to get it together and just move, start moving, start doing, so that you can get in alignment with the dream that God has purposed and destined for you, because there is purpose on the inside of you that's ready to come out of you, so that it can be unleashed, so that people can feel and tap into what God is doing through you. And so no matter what tries to stand in your way, right? No matter what tries to stand in your way, because no matter what tries to stand in your way, when you are trying to accomplish something big and something great, there is going to be some obstacles that will get in your way. I'm telling you, there is going to be some obstacles that's going to get in your way, especially if it's something big and if it's a big idea that God has given you. That means it's going to be something great. Something great is going to happen. Something great is going to come out of it, because you have these obstacles that are trying to get in your way. But if you have obstacles that are trying to get in your way, you have to be able to maneuver around those obstacles, right? It's like, you just dodging and ducking and dodging and ducking. You got to be able to move around those obstacles. And if nothing is trying to get in your way, then you may not be going after the right dream, right? You may not be pursuing what God really wants you to pursue. It might be just a dream that you came up with that you want to happen. But if nothing is coming in your way, if nothing is trying to stand in your way, if nothing is trying to fight you, if nothing is trying to bring you down, then guess what? That is not it. Right? And then you got to go back to the drawing board and ask God, what is it that you, God, want me to do? But when you know you have a dream, and most of the time when people put those dreams on a back burner and they bury them, and even though it's like it'll come and haunt them, to say, if you would have done this, you could have been here right now. If you would have fulfilled that dream, took that dream serious, you would have been here right now, right? Whatever the obstacle was that kept you from fulfilling that dream, guess what? That was the dream that you needed to fulfill, right? Because dreams, when they come back to you, when they come and haunt you, that means it was something that you was really supposed to do, right? Because that's the purpose that is within you, right? That, oh my gosh, I can't speak enough about the purpose that is within you, that God is trying to get out of you. And so when you have a dream that you just chose not to fulfill, but it haunts you, that means you need to go back and resurrect that dream, because God wants to fulfill that dream. He wants that dream to become a reality. But when there are no obstacles, you know you are headed in the right direction. So when there is obstacles, when you have obstacles that are trying to stand in your way, you know you are headed in the right direction. But when you don't have any obstacles standing in your way and you're just able to walk smoothly right into it, it might not be the right one. It might be something that you yourself just want to do, because if it comes too easy, it may not last. If it comes too easy, it may not be from God. But when you have struggles, when you have challenges, when fear comes in, when you're afraid, that's when you know it is something from God. Because, you can't sleep at night. You can't sleep because of what God has placed in you. You can't sleep. But that's how you know when it's something that God has truly given you. So no matter what the obstacle may be, or the fork in the road may be, you can't stop. Don't stop when the obstacles arises, but get moving and resurrect that dream again. Yes, you got to get moving and resurrect that dream again. So how can I, resurrect the dream? How can you resurrect the dream to a goal you can actively pursue and measure? And resurrecting your dream, a goal you must put in place is to change your thinking. Yeah, I'm always talking about changing things, because our thinking is everything, right? Our thinking is everything. That's why some people, some of you all put that dream on a back burner or buried it, and said, I'm not going to dig it back up because of your thinking. And so in order for you to resurrect your dream, you have to make it a goal. People never probably thought about this as a goal. A goal, you must be able to change your thinking. That is a goal. Because when you're able to change your thinking, you're able to accomplish so many things. So what does that require? It requires you to think differently about where you are at in life, right? And so no matter what where the obstacle has placed you in life, right, you got to be able to think differently about that obstacle, right? About where that obstacle has placed you in life. And it requires you to think about where you're going, right? And so no matter what the obstacle has done, no matter how the obstacle has stopped you, right? No matter where you're at right now in life, guess what? You still have to change your thinking about the place that you're in. And so it's like now you got to resurrect your mind. You got to resurrect your mind, because whatever, your mind was going through, your mind, your thinking kept you from doing. Your thinking kept you from accomplishing that dream, from pursuing that dream. And so now you got to change your thinking, and it requires you to change it to the point of seeing yourself where you're going, right? See yourself where you're going. Because if you see yourself where you're going, whatever that obstacle brung, it won't even matter, because now you can see yourself where you're going. You can visualize where you're going. And when you change your thinking, you have to be confident, right? Confident and positive. Because when you're not confident and when you're not positive, you're not going to be able to accomplish, what you have set out to accomplish and what God wants to, bring forth from you, right? And so, like I said, you can't have those people in your space that's going to steer you the wrong way and make you do wrong and make you think negative. But you got to come to a point in your life, in this season of your life, where you're now saying, you know what, I'll be confident then of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in me shall perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. And so you have to be so confident in yourself, walking, in so much positivity that nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to break you. You're just going to move forward. You're just going to move forward. And so you got to be confident. You got to be more confident and positive, so that you can open up yourself to, more opportunities you thought you would never have, right? Because the more confident you become of yourself, the more it's going to come towards you. The more you'll be able to attract, healthy relationships. The more you'll be able to attract, better income, better money, better flow, of wealth coming your way, where you can say, what, I will never be broke another day in my life. That's how much overflow, that's how much flow is going to come in if you put yourself in a position of you knowing, and doing and being all that you can be. It's almost like being the best version of yourself, right? You're making yourself more confident and you're being more positive, no matter what, is happening in your life today. And so when you become more confident and when you become more positive, more opportunities will come your way because you have changed your mindset. You have changed your thinking about where you are today. So remember that. Remember, don't allow, the struggles or the circumstances or the situations, to keep you from being confident in yourself. And you may say, well, how do I even, get to a place of, being confident? Well, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. You got to, go through some sort of transformation so that you can truly understand who you are. I was listening to, or I saw something that it may have been a post that I saw where Jada Pinkett, an actress, was saying, how when the pandemic happened, and she spent like 2 months with, her husband, that they didn't even know each other, right? Out of all the years they've been married, this pandemic in the first 2 months, showed them that they didn't even know, each other. So guess what happened? They started a journey, a journey to self, to understand who they were, so that they could become better for each other. And so, he's, in his transformational stage of, journeying to self, as she is, in her transformational stage, journeying to self. And so you might have to put yourself in a transformational stage to journey to self, so that you can have the confidence that you need to, go after and pursue the dreams that God has for you. Because even when you get to the place of fulfilling that dream, if you have no confidence, if you don't understand yourself, things are still going to get in your way, and then you might quit. You might quit on the dream, and that's not what God wants for you. And so, yes, you want to be able to put yourself where you're able to journey to a place of self-journey, where you can understand yourself truly, so that you can understand what makes you tick, what makes you laugh, what makes you cry, all of that stuff, what makes you do what you do. And so if you take that transformational opportunity to journey to self, you'll be able to understand yourself even more. And so you might get to that place where you may not like yourself at one point because of the journey, right? But that journey is going to help fix any dry areas in your life, any weak areas in your life, any area that does not serve you, that will not serve the character that God wants you to become because of the dream and purpose that He has placed in you. So you got to get to the point where you have to, if you want to gain confidence in yourself and begin to walk in positivity, always walking in positivity, you got to take that time to go through the transformational process of journeying to self. So also too, you got to think of yourself highly. You got to think highly of yourself, because when you think highly of yourself, you begin to attract people who can help you, who can show you, who can lead you to reaching your goals, to reaching the goals that you have for yourself and for the dream to come, right? Like I said, if you think low of yourself, if you have low self-esteem, guess what? People gonna look at you like, she has low self-esteem. She has no wit. She has no what is the word I want to use? She has no desire to do anything or to be anything or to be anybody. But, you got to be able to think highly of yourself no matter what. Think highly of yourself. And when you're able to change your thinking in that way, and when you think highly of yourself, it's almost saying affirmations to yourself, because that's what I do every single day. You say affirmations to yourself to strengthen your mind, to strengthen your thinking, so that you can think highly of yourself. It could be an affirmation of I am success, I am enough, I am beautiful, I am the light, I am good, I am destined, I am wealthy, I am prosperous. Whatever the affirmation may be to help you to think highly of yourself, you want to use those affirmations each and every single day to build yourself up. And if you don't know what affirmations to say to yourself, write them down. Write down some affirmations, and then open up your journal and say those affirmations every morning and every night before you go to bed, so that when you wake up in the morning, guess what? You're going to think highly of yourself, right? Because you encourage yourself. You encourage yourself to the point where you're going to think positive all day long. And so you have to change how you view yourself. You also have to change your thinking. It's a goal. Change your thinking. You have to change your focus. So whatever you're focused on right now, and if that focus is not honoring you, if that focus is not serving you, you got to change your focus. If you're still focused on something that happened yesterday or something that happened last year or 5 years ago, then you have the wrong focus. So you gotta put yourself in a place of changing your focus. Now I know that that's hard, because sometimes when things happen and it's right in your face, sometimes you can't help but focus on that thing, right? But even if you're focused on it, don't focus on it for too long, right? Snap yourself out of it and refocus your mind, right? Refocus your thinking and refocus your thinking on something positive that's going to help serve you. And so, that's a process right there in itself, because we can all lose focus, including me. We can all lose focus, but when we focus, when we have focused on something, that, makes us, stressed or depressed or unhappy or whatever it may be, you got to quickly snap yourself out of it so that you can refocus yourself to the things that, refocus yourself and focus on that dream. Focus on, close your eyes and picture yourself, living in the dream of what God has placed on the inside of you, and it will stir up some excitement. It will stir up some happiness and some joy. You will be joyous. It would just give you all kinds of feelings, happy feelings, good feelings, because you changed your thinking. You refocused your thinking. And so when you're in that place of focus on something that that does not serve you, just refocus your attention on something else. Refocus your attention on something beautiful, something lovely, something, like I said, your dream, looking at where that dream can take you. And that's going to bring up some happiness, some good feelings for you, so that you can ponder on that versus focusing and pondering on what doesn't serve you. And so another thing, when you're resurrecting your dreams, another goal you must have is to become unafraid, right? So you can't be afraid to move forward. You cannot be afraid to move forward. So although, you may have been afraid, in the past, right? You got to be unafraid to walk in your destiny, to walk in your assignment, to fulfill that dream that God has fulfilled for you. So, when Jesus went to that cross, he might have been afraid, for a minute, right? But he knew he had to get up on that cross, right? And so when he got up on that cross, he became unafraid because he knew that was the purpose that God had destined him for. And so he did it. He died for us, unafraid. And so you got to become unafraid of what God has placed on the inside of you, and you got to move towards that thing, right? You got to move towards that dream so that it can become a reality, because I'm telling you, so many people need it. So many people need what you have. Just like Jesus, when he got up on that cross, we needed, the world needed exactly what he gave us. And he gave us life more abundantly. And so that dream that God has purposed in you can give somebody life. And so why are you holding back? Why are you holding to it? Why won't you resurrect that dream so that it can give someone life, someone hope, someone purpose? You got to be unafraid to move forward in what God has destined for you. And as you're doing that, in resurrecting your dream, a goal you definitely need is to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself if this dream is going to become a reality. You can't doubt what you don't believe that is in you, right? You can't doubt what you think that you don't have. Because when God gives you a thing, when God gives you a dream, when he gives you purpose, God will equip you with every tool, with everything that you need to get it done, to get it accomplished. And so you can never accomplish anything if you don't believe in yourself. And so how you think about yourself today is what you're going to become, right? And so if you don't like what you're becoming, guess what? You got to change the narrative. You got to change how you think about yourself so that you can win, so that you can thrive, so that you can soar, so that you can be unstoppable, so that you can allow the dream that God has placed on the inside of you to be resurrected, and that it will become a reality. Yes, you got to do the work, and you got to do the work until the work speaks for itself. Don't hold on to something that God has given you, that God wants to unleash out of you, from you, so that it can bless those who need it. Remember that, because everything that God gives us is not for us, right? But he's given it to us to help somebody else, to help someone who is stuck, to help someone who is struggling, to help someone who needs that dream to become a reality. And so today, what are you going to do about the dream that you put on the back burner? What are you going to do about the dream that you buried it in the grave? You buried it in the grave. You probably took the shovel, dug the hole, threw the dream in the hole, and then patched the dirt back up again. What are you going to do? Are you going to go dig that dream back up? I hope that you do. I hope that you go and resurrect that dream. Go resurrect that dream. Resurrect it to the point where, it's going to come to life. It's going to become a reality, and somebody is going to be blessed by it. And so what are you going to do? What are you going to do today to change how you saw that dream, to change even what you have experienced because of the dream that was placed on the inside of you? What are you going to do? And how are you going to move forward? I hope that you make it your goal to fulfill the dream that God has for you. I hope you make it a goal to change your thinking, to become unafraid, to believe in yourself, to become confident and positive, in yourself, so that that dream can come to reality and help someone else. I thank you so much for listening to another episode of Becoming You. Becoming You have changed my life, and I believe that it's changing yours. And I hope that, you're getting what you need out of this to do more for yourself so that you can be all that God has created you to be. I'm cheering for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm encouraging you. I want to inspire you. I want you to become the best version of yourself. I want you to become all that God has destined and created you to be. Yes, that's what I want for you. And so guess what? I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader so that you can see much more, so that you can see even more of what God has in store for you. This is just the beginning. But we need you, I need you, to start doing the work so that you can move forward in the dreams that God has destined and purposed for you. I'm Dr. Diane Duckett, and thank you for listening to another episode of Becoming You.